Hey Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. MAXX CROSBY's shocking announcement has sent tremors through the NFL world as the Las Vegas Raiders defensive end confirmed in a press conference that he will be leaving the team. The news is nothing short of monumental, considering Crosby's status as one of the most feared pass rushers in the league, a player whose relentless energy and instinctive awareness have consistently put quarterbacks on notice. Rumors have been swirling for months about tension between Crosby and the Raiders' front office, particularly regarding contract negotiations and the team's direction after several seasons of near misses. Sources close to the situation have hinted that Crosby's departure may not be entirely voluntary, suggesting that a combination of frustration with management and the lure of a contender ready to maximize his prime years created a perfect storm for his decision. Analysts are already speculating about which teams have the cap space, scheme fit, and championship aspirations to make a compelling pitch for a player of Crosby's caliber. The timing is critical, as the Raiders are entering a period of transition, and losing a cornerstone of their defense could redefine their strategy entirely. Fans and insiders alike are now left questioning whether the team can retain its defensive identity or if Crosby's exit will mark the beginning of a deeper rebuild. Adding fuel to the fire, several agents and insiders have been quick to suggest potential landing spots for Crosby, sparking heated debates across sports media. Teams with defensive gaps and playoff ambitions are reportedly circling, assessing how Crosby's unique skill set could fit into their existing defensive schemes. Some sources point to clubs known for aggressive, edge-rushing systems as natural fits, while others speculate that the player's personal preferences, such as organizational culture, coach relationships, and city appeal, may play as big a role as financial terms in his decision-making process. There's also speculation about whether Crosby is leveraging his current momentum to secure a historic contract, one that not only compensates him fairly, but also ensures he plays for a contender capable of vying for the ultimate prize. The Raiders, meanwhile, are reportedly caught off guard, scrambling to evaluate replacements and preserve team cohesion, all while navigating a media storm that grows more intense with every passing hour. Sports analysts are dissecting every word from Crosby's press conference, looking for subtle hints about his next destination, with theories ranging from established powerhouses to rising contenders who have been quietly plotting to acquire elite defensive talent. The ripple effects of his potential move are already being felt across the league, as teams begin recalibrating their rosters and strategies in anticipation of one of the most consequential free agent shifts in recent memory. MAXX CROSBY's impact on the Raiders' defense has been undeniable, and losing him would leave a vacuum difficult to fill. Known for his explosiveness off the edge, his relentless motor, and his uncanny ability to disrupt passing lanes, Crosby has been a constant nightmare for opposing offenses. The Raiders' defensive line has often revolved around his presence, with game plans designed to maximize his strengths while masking vulnerabilities elsewhere. With his departure, the team would need to rethink not only personnel, but also defensive philosophy, potentially shifting schemes to compensate for the loss of a premier pass rusher. Meanwhile, contenders eyeing Crosby are weighing the benefits of his addition against the potential risks, such as contract demands, long-term injury considerations, and integration into existing locker room dynamics. Insiders speculate that some teams may be willing to make bold, unprecedented moves to secure him, signaling just how transformative his presence could be in the right environment. The broader conversation around Crosby's career trajectory has shifted dramatically, as fans debate whether this move represents a calculated step toward championship contention or a bold gamble on long-term legacy and personal satisfaction. Every angle, from tactical fit to financial implications, is being analyzed as the rumor mill churns at full speed, creating a frenzy of anticipation across the league. Complicating matters further are reports of other players reacting to Crosby's announcement, with whispers of potential domino effects in team rosters across the league. Some veteran stars may reconsider their own futures, while rising talents may see opportunities to step into expanded roles or even push for moves to other franchises. The cascading implications of Crosby's exit could reshape multiple divisions, altering competitive dynamics in ways that were unimaginable just weeks ago. Coaches and general managers are now tasked with recalibrating draft strategies, free agency priorities, and internal culture considerations, knowing that a single move by a player of Crosby's caliber can trigger wide-reaching consequences. Speculators have also raised questions about whether this announcement is part of a larger negotiation tactic, with Crosby signaling to the Raiders and the league that he has leverage and that any team serious about acquiring him must meet stringent expectations. Meanwhile, the media frenzy shows no signs of slowing, with every interview, tweet, and insider source being dissected for clues, amplifying the sense that a seismic shift in the NFL's defensive landscape may be imminent. Fans have taken to social media in droves, expressing shock, excitement, and concern, with hashtags related to Crosby trending and debate threads exploding with theories about his next move. Some supporters are mourning the end of an era in Las Vegas, while others are projecting excitement about potential destinations, imagining what it would look like for Crosby to team up with dominant defenses or chase a championship ring. The discussion has transcended traditional sports circles, drawing attention from mainstream media and even celebrities, amplifying the public perception that something monumental is unfolding. Analysts emphasize that this is not merely a roster change. It is a cultural event, representing the intersection of talent, ambition, and the complex business realities of professional football. Every detail, from timing to phrasing in Crosby's statements, is being scrutinized as pundits attempt to predict whether this is a definitive break from the Raiders or the opening salvo in a high-stakes negotiation. The speculation is electric, fueled by the unpredictability of Crosby's next move and the wide-ranging implications for competitive balance across the league. The uncertainty surrounding Crosby's departure has also led to strategic discussions about how teams might adjust their game plans should he join rival squads. Defensive coordinators are reportedly considering shifts in personnel deployment, coverage schemes, and blitz strategies, factoring in the possibility of facing Crosby's relentless edge rush on a weekly basis. At the same time, offensive units are hypothesizing how best to neutralize his impact, analyzing game film and tendencies in anticipation of a scenario where one of the league's premier defenders suddenly becomes a new threat in another uniform. The ripple effects extend beyond the field, affecting ticket sales, fan engagement, and media narratives, highlighting just how influential a single elite player can be in shaping the NFL ecosystem. As speculation intensifies, the league seems to be holding its collective breath, awaiting confirmation of what could be the most talked-about move of the offseason, one capable of altering the competitive landscape for years to come. Every rumor, every leak, and every insider comment is now magnified, as fans and analysts alike try to piece together a puzzle that could redefine not only Crosby's career, but also the destiny of multiple franchises across the NFL. Part 2. As the conversation around MAXX Crosby's future grows louder, teams reportedly preparing for his potential arrival are examining every possible scenario to gain a competitive edge. Insiders have suggested that multiple franchises are weighing not only financial capability, but also defensive fit, culture, and long-term goals, knowing that Crosby's addition could either transform their defensive identity or create unforeseen challenges. Sources claim that some general managers are already engaging in preliminary discussions with his agent, mapping out contract structures, incentives, and performance benchmarks, while simultaneously evaluating how the roster could be reshaped to accommodate such a game-changing presence. Analysts are debating whether Crosby would prefer a team with an already elite defense, where his presence could immediately tip the scales, or a team on the cusp of contention, where he could serve as the foundational piece of a long-term championship build. Rumors about potential destinations have ranged from historically dominant franchises to ambitious underdogs, each offering distinct opportunities and challenges, while fans eagerly speculate, imagining Crosby pairing with star linebackers, elite secondary players, or innovative coaching staffs poised to maximize his talents. The level of strategic planning and negotiation reportedly underway suggests that Crosby's next move will be both high-profile and carefully calculated, with implications far beyond a single team. Reports have also emerged suggesting that Crosby's decision-making process may be influenced by personal considerations, including family, city lifestyle, and organizational reputation. While the narrative has primarily focused on his athletic abilities and contract potential, insiders indicate that he may prioritize an environment where he feels both professionally challenged and personally supported. Teams courting Crosby are reportedly tailoring their pitches to highlight not only competitive prospects but also cultural fit, facilities, coaching philosophies, and community engagement, seeking to align with the holistic expectations of a player whose presence can alter locker room dynamics. Analysts are speculating whether Crosby's approach signals a broader trend among elite NFL players, who increasingly evaluate career moves through a combination of competitive opportunity and lifestyle considerations. This layer of complexity adds intrigue to the speculation, as observers try to discern whether his next destination will be dictated primarily by championship potential, personal satisfaction, financial terms, or a combination of all three. The narrative unfolding around Crosby is thus multifaceted, blending athletic performance, negotiation strategy, personal preference, and league-wide impact into a single, high-stakes drama. The ripple effects of Crosby's potential move have also begun to manifest in broader roster decisions, with teams reportedly reassessing draft strategies and free agency priorities in anticipation of his departure or arrival. Some franchises may pivot to prioritize edge rushers to fill the void, while others could restructure defensive schemes to exploit his skill set should they secure him. Analysts are already hypothesizing about the cascading impact on division rivalries, as the balance of power may shift dramatically depending on where Crosby lands. Fans are increasingly engaged in speculative debates, comparing scenarios and imagining how a single player could redefine playoff trajectories, defensive efficiency, and even franchise identity. The conversation underscores how critical elite defensive talent is in today's NFL, particularly a player like Crosby, whose combination of speed, technique, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback makes him a transformative figure capable of altering the competitive landscape overnight. The speculation has become so pervasive that it is influencing not only media narratives, but also coaching discussions, draft boards, and fan expectations, emphasizing the high stakes involved in his potential. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Adding another layer of intrigue, some insiders hint that Crosby's announcement could be a negotiating tactic designed to create competition among potential suitors. By confirming his departure publicly, he may be leveraging interest from multiple teams to maximize both financial terms and competitive opportunities. Such a strategy, if true, highlights the sophisticated understanding elite players now have of their market value, using timing, public perception, and media coverage to enhance leverage in negotiations. Analysts are examining every nuance of his press conference, from tone to phrasing, attempting to decode hidden messages about his preferences, urgency, and deal-breaking priorities. The strategic complexity of this situation underscores the evolving dynamics of NFL player negotiations, where athletic performance intersects with media influence, fan reaction, and executive decision-making. If executed effectively, Crosby's approach could set a precedent for how high-profile players manage career transitions, blending transparency, leverage, and calculated risk in a way that reshapes expectations across the league. Meanwhile, the Raiders are reportedly preparing for multiple contingencies, exploring trade options, internal promotions, and free agency targets to mitigate the impact of Crosby's exit. The front office is said to be balancing immediate needs with long-term planning, evaluating draft capital, potential free agent signings, and scheme adjustments to retain defensive competitiveness. Insider speculation suggests that the Raiders may pursue a combination of younger talent and veteran presence to replace Crosby's production, But analysts emphasize that replicating his unique combination of speed, power, and technique is extraordinarily difficult. The uncertainty surrounding his departure is also affecting team morale and locker room dynamics, as players and coaches adjust to the possibility of losing a cornerstone of their defense. This internal flux adds yet another dimension to the narrative, highlighting how a single player's decision can ripple across multiple layers of a franchise, affecting strategy, personnel, and culture simultaneously. Fans, media, and league observers continue to dissect every rumor, insider leak, and speculative report regarding Crosby's next destination, fueling an atmosphere of anticipation and debate. Social media platforms are alive with analysis, polls, and predictions, while podcasts and sports networks dedicate hours to theorizing about potential fits, contract structures, and competitive implications. The conversation has expanded beyond traditional NFL circles, attracting mainstream attention and reinforcing the perception that Crosby's move represents more than just a personnel change. It is a defining moment with the potential to reshape team fortunes and influence the league's power balance. Analysts emphasize that even once a decision is made, the story will continue to resonate, affecting future negotiations, player movement strategies, and fan expectations. In short, the speculation surrounding MAXX Crosby has grown into a multifaceted saga, blending athletic prowess, negotiation acumen, personal preference, and league-wide ramifications into a single, ongoing narrative. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.